Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jaguars and the Raiders, and it's all up next.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. It'll be Joe Mixon, born in nearby Oakley, California. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now Gino on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. On 2nd and 10. Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Gino. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Again, Smith. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Play action. It's Smith. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Geno Smith keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Jaguars are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So much for being intimidated on the road in the playoffs, right? That was a pretty clinical drive right there.
Yeah, they seem to come out with the attitude of, we don't deal with pressure. We create it on the other team. Just took it right down the field and stuffed it in the end zone.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Leading them out, it's the third-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Herbert. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 44, Herbert gets the dump off to Pierce. Trucks over him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's good for Las Vegas.
Again, Herbert. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He will push his way down to about the 14. On 2nd and 7, Herbert. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they take over in a precarious spot here, albeit after forcing the fumble at the goal line. This is safety territory as they start from their own 1. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And a loose football.
free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And here comes Abdullah on the return. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. If we do, we get just points on the board. That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Herbert. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Hassan Reddick from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Being chased out left. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On first down, Smith. His throw incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll go at the 20-yard line. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Jaguars are down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Touchdown, Jaguars! Traquan Smith, a 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. So out come the Raiders. And you work so hard during the season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game over? Almost always. It feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
They better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. From the 39, Herbert. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll get it inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Now it's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Herbert now. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Renfrow bringing it in over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Herbert on 3rd down now. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Here's Herbert. Whipping run into Allen. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Here's Pierce. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Sanders will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Smith. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, Smith to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Now Gino on 1st down. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith, he lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Gino. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gino now to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 4. Throwing is Smith. Will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this Divisional Round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And it was the Miami Dolphins who are moving on as they were able to eliminate the Buffalo Bills. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. It's a second down run with Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert quickly a slant to Renfro. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Herbert back to the air. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Herbert. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they want to get those products out, they want to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Smith on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this has been a familiar sight. All that stop in behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the gun, here's Smith. On the move, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Max Crosby providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Abdullah to return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Herbert throwing again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Able to find Warner. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Herbert. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Again, Herbert. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Pierce. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, 4th quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Smith, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. This offense so far on 3rd down, can't fault these numbers, 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Smith. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he loses the football a second time. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. No question that one stings a little extra because he had that first down. It would have been a 4th down conversion.
Love the effort. Love the maneuverability. Don't like the fact that he didn't bring the ball with him. And now it's going to go in the other direction.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead and the foot clock right now, their friend, as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Herbert on 3rd down now. And Marshall's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Caught by Marshall. He's got it for a Raider touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 3rd down, Mixon. But he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within one score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
10 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd and inches, Herbert. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make
the red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Jags are right back in this football game. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but that's him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6, Smith. He finds his running back, Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Geno now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They find some open field here. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Smith. To Mixon on the check down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A shotgun snap for Smith. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throwing again is Smith. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 30 yards. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Smith. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their 1st interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's third down. Smith now to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation, puts them back within one score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts, but without that third one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely as you...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 8-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. Now it's Smith. Connecting with Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down. Now Smith. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Just keeping the play alive. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with the coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And the defense, they'll field a dime package here on 3rd and 12. And they will take a knee here. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Now it's Lockett. The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.